Hi, guys. I had to reorient myself a little bit today. I just have, there's our room it's summertime and they're doing work at the Y. And I walked in here this morning and the room has stuff in it. And I had to reorient how I set up, which I've been using the same setup orientation. Hi, Judy. And um, so anyway, tips I tried to use did not work. So still working at it. Let me just check and see who else is here. Let's see. Elaine, Judy, Julian, Nora, Shubi's iPad. So um, let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. And I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I have a couple of new things today. I think you'll like them. So when we get to that point where I have to introduce it, we'll talk about it more then. So let's just do our regular warm up. So standing nice and tall. I have to figure out where I am in this. I sort of went like this, if you could figure that out. So anyway, standing nice and tall, lean your head to one side. Actually, I'm going to change that a little bit. Let's bend our head forward and then just lean it to the side, bring it back to the center, and lean to the other side. Just working on different parts of our neck instead of just moving it around. You may find you like this better or not. And bring it up and look left to right while keeping your shoulders facing forward. And now we're going to do our shoulder rolls, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, rolling them back. This should feel good. And arm circles, modify at shoulder height if necessary. And this feels good also. And switch to the other direction. And then swing your arms around your body. Just get some movement in your torso. And now we're going to do hip circles. So 5 hip circles in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's do 10 hip hinges. You know, I'm going to just use a little guide today, the chair. So we're going to hinge our hips back as if we're going to sit in a chair for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And heel taps to the front. Just pressing your arms out, tapping your heels. And then we're going to switch this to kickbacks, bringing your heels towards your glutes as you row your arm. And let's do skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. Keep your arms moving. And then let's stop for a second and we're just going to take that into front steps on a diagonal. Sorry, my feet are disappearing. Just want to get movement in every direction during our warm up. And the last one is toe taps, bringing your arms up to shoulder height or all the way up if that's comfortable for you. And we're just going to march it out. And let's make those marches a little bit higher, bringing your opposite hand to knee. And then slow it down. We're gonna do 5 calf raises. So you're gonna hold on, hold on to a chair or wall if you need to. If you can do it without holding on, that's great. Shows it's a little balance practice right at the beginning. So just rolling up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's do, before we do our posture check, let's just do our cervical spine exercise. So keeping your shoulders straight ahead, just give yourself a double chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do a posture check. So I just want to clarify our posture check. Everyone's posture is different. There's something going on with everyone's body. So this is not an ideal that you must do, but there are variations for everyone, but it kind of gives you an idea of what to work towards. So feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward, standing tall, plumb line pulling you all the way up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Push your chin back into the hand that's in the back. Now your head hopefully is nicely on top of your shoulder, ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle. Belly button pulled towards your spine, slight hip tilt forward, shoulder blades pointing, shoulders relaxed, shoulder blades pointing towards your back. So I may be making adjustments as we move through this workout because I'm not used to being at this angle. So sitting up nice and tall, still keeping your core engaged. Pick your feet up and we're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the opposite direction, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So our work is going to come with sit to stand today, the new thing. So one of the things that happens, I thought about this a lot and wanted to introduce a little power work. And as we age, which I am definitely right up there getting Medicare now, is we've been working. I've been working out for a long time. We lose strength, muscle strength. We lose a lot of things, but you could work against all of those, which I'm happy that you're all here doing that with me. The other thing that we lose is power. And I don't mean power to be a power lifter. I mean power to do certain things like, if you're walking across the street, and New Yorkers, as you know, are notorious for jaywalking, and you can't hurry up if a car is coming, that's like a power move that you can't speed it up. So one way to build in power is that we're going to practice today is with our sit to stand. So we're going to do a regular sit to stand. We're going to do a regular, and then our opposite knee, we're going to do 5 of each. So a regular sit to stand, remember you could push off the chair, use your arms up and down. This is hard, and with your arms straight out. We're going to just do 5 of those. Choose whichever one you want. Your feet are at at least shoulder width apart. A wider base of support is important, that you're not doing this with your feet together. That's more of a fall risk than having your feet a little bit wider. Keep your eyes on a focal point, and that will help you to get not bend your head over. So we're going to do 5, 1, 2. I might have to switch out my chair. 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to switch this chair because already it's not even. Give me 1 second. And okay, here we are. So the next one, we're going to start with staggered feet. We're going to stand and sit softly. This chair is not that much better, but it's slightly better. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to switch feet. This is 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the power move that we're going to do 10 of these. And I'm going to check in with you after the first 10 and see how it went for you and if you want to do more. So what we're going to do is get up really fast and then sit down really slow. So we're doing a power move and we're also decelerated. Both of those kind of work together. If you're going fast, you should be able to stop. You're running across the street, there's obstacles, there's a car coming. Hopefully we are not all running across the street. We're watching the lights and behaving ourselves in traffic. But I'm just using that as an example. Things happen in our life where we were moving fast and we have to stop. So we are moving fast and decelerating very slowly. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let me check in with you and see how that went. Just send me a note. How did that feel? All right. So let's see what else someone said. Okay. All right. So the other thing that we're going to do, this is called a get up and go. I'm going to do this forward now. Hopefully none of you have this issues. And in person, when I do a assessment for a personal training client, this is one of my assessments. So we do sit-ups for an assessment, and I do an assessment called a get up and go. So that is, you're going to get up fast and walk a few steps. And we're going to not walk backwards. Usually I have a cone way ahead. They walk around the cone and come back and sit. So that's also a measure of fall risk. You see a lot of people who have to a little bit to start moving. If you can get up really fast and walk a few steps, that's really good. So let's do 5 of those. And I'm going to try to remember to turn around instead of walking backwards. So, all right, that's 1. And I'm going to turn around and sit nice and slow and get up fast and walk. And that's 2. 3, 4, and 5. So how did that feel? Someone send me a quick note. Someone said, wow, good, good, good. So, these are all things to keep in mind that you can practice at home safely. It's a really important thing, and I'm going to try to find more power exercises that we can incorporate. When we're doing our biceps curls today with our marches, I'm going to do something similar, not quite a power move, more a deceleration move. But when we get to that, we'll talk about it more. So now I'm going to do push-ups against the wall today. So hands, you're in a plank position. Just going to demonstrate a plank position here. So it's not perfect because the width of the chair is narrow, and I normally do my planks. My shoulders right over my head and heels, my belly button is pulled in, my spine is nice and neutral. So that's when you're doing a plank, that's what you should look like against the wall. Your hands are about at shoulder height, not up here by your head. You're not too far away. You're far enough that when you go in, your chest is close to your hands. Nice, keeping your head neutral to your spine, pushing in 1, and your arms are outside your shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you can do a sit to stand for squats. You could do a squat, or you can do a wall sit like I'm going to do. And I'm farther away from the clock, so hopefully I can see that hand moving that. So I'm going to do 20 seconds today. Get to the position that's comfortable for you. The lower you are, the harder it is. Leaning back, belly button pulled in, shoulders relaxed. We're going to do 20 seconds. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Pay attention to your breathing. This is an isometric position, and I don't want you to hold your breath through this field. 10 seconds left. I can feel my quads and my abs tightening up, and slide up. And we're going to do another set of push-ups. So hands outside your shoulders. By the way, your elbows shouldn't be up like that. They can be here. The closer they are to your body, you're getting more of a tricep workout, but just halfway between here and here. That's good. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of wall sits. So get in position, get comfortable for you. I'm doing this because I just had a shot in my knee, and I can choose the level that's comfortable for me, leaning back. We're going to start now. Make sure you're breathing. You count out loud to make sure to help not holding your breath. We have 10 seconds. And that's it. So let's stand up. We're going to move on. We're going to do single leg deadlifts and lat pull downs. So I'm going to, and I want you to think about our lat pull downs as that your body's in a plank position also. And you're just keeping it in a plank position as you go over. You're not bending and bringing it back up. You don't have to go all the way over to parallel to the floor like I do. Even out here is good, and stand all the way up. If you're not getting all the way up, you're not getting the full benefit of it. I see in my class some people try to race me in some of these exercises, and they're doing this. Do the full range of motion. So hold on the outside leg to the weight, and that's the leg that goes back, the outside leg. Holding on lightly for stability and bending forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch over to the other side. Standing nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your TheraBand. We're going to do lat pull downs. So you want to have some tension on the band. It's not going to be sagging in the middle, but loose enough that you'll have room to bring your elbows straight down, and your elbows are behind you. The band goes to the top of your chest, and squeeze your shoulder blades as you pull it down. I'm going to stand with a slight bend in my knee. Also, when you do this, you don't bring your shoulders up with you. You're just bringing your arms up. So let's do 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's do our last set of single leg deadlifts. So stand up nice and tall to start. And 1. And make sure your head is not up here as you bend forward. You're still keeping it straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's turn to the other side. Stand up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of lat pull downs. So knees nice and soft, standing up straight, arms on a diagonal above you. Pull straight back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do a quick check-in. I'm going to grab my water and we could check in. Someone give me a thumbs up. Okay. So we're going to move on. We're going to do Sorry, I'm disappearing off the screen, but I didn't set this up. I just walked in and I was like, oh, I have to do something different today. Um, so let's see. Thank you, Shiggy. Um, we're gonna do single leg tandem stance with external rotation. So your arms are at 90 degrees. I have my hands up because that's just what I'm used to. You could have your hands facing down. No sag in the band, already with some tension, but loose enough that you could bring your arms straight out. Working your shoulders without moving your joint. And switch the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I can definitely feel those in my shoulders. We're going to do standing leg extensions. So for this, your knee is a fulcrum or lever. Your foot is flexed. Your knee is not going to move around. If it's down here, you're going to keep it there. If it's up here, you're going to keep it here. All you're doing is extending your lower leg all the way out to get the contraction in your quad. But it's always stays in a flexed position, your foot. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the other side. Knee up, foot flex, extend out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to switch which foot is in front. Stand up nice and tall for whatever reason today. A little weakness in my left knee. This feels a little unstable, but I'm going to work through it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of leg extensions. So see, this chair is not good. Foot flexed, knee up, keep it at that level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And yes, we could do this seated, but your body's working so much harder to keep you upright, even though you're holding on a little bit. And so I like to do things harder sometimes. So foot flexed, extend out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to do bicep curls in slow marches. And so what I wanted to talk about, I talked about deceleration. So yesterday in my in-person class, while we were doing this is what I heard and this is a very slow movement. So actually after we done, I made everyone do just a 10 count march. And I told them I didn't want to hear any noise at all. And that is, and they did it, which means they could control that stepping down. And so we're going to try to do that. I can't hear what you guys are doing, but I want when you step down that there's no noise at all. in your house if you're doing this in carpet. But it's just a way to think of control, that you're not slamming. As a runner, um, I ran outside and I ran on the treadmill here at the Y. And I can tell when the people who really don't have control over their running, they would have the speed on the treadmill up high and it made such a racket. When you're running on a treadmill, your footsteps should be almost silent if you have control and you know and you are running well. And so it's the same thing. This is a little bit of deceleration that we're practicing, which is important. So enough talking, right arm, left knee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it feels, it feels a little harder to me. Your body's working, you're also thinking about having more control. So holding on lightly for stability, we're going to do 10 calf raises and heel rocks. So rolling up on your toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of calf raises. So I'm going to start with my right arm and left knee. Left arm, right knee. 1, 2, nice and control. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I realized just now that a lot of this is just paying attention to what you're doing. There's a door right here with a sign that says, do not disturb. People are walking by, they're looking at me. And if my attention shifts slightly, even for a second, I can feel that I lose a little bit of control. So we need to pay attention when we're walking outside. So we're going to do our last set of calf raises and heel rocks. Rolling up on your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a little calf stretch. So leg out straight, my foot is flexed. I'm gonna pull it in a little bit, and the other leg. We're gonna stretch later, but this is just a little release. And we're gonna do tricep pulses. So this is also, it's a little bit of a isometric exercise, because we're gonna start with our hands together. My fist is facing out. And I'm just going to pull, and I already get the contraction in my triceps. And to make it work a little harder, I'm just bending forward at the knee and the hip. I'm just going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're supersetting this with some side lunges, which we've been doing for the past few weeks. I'm going to show you to the front and then on the side. So I'm just going to shift my hip to the side as I bend my knee and push my hip back and up to the other side. Your knee's not going forward. Let me just show you from the side. So I'm going to shift to my left. And you notice that my knee is not going forward, my hip is going back. I'm just bending my knee and pushing my hip back. I'm keeping my torso upright. I'm going to stay to the side as I do this. So we're going to do 1, up and to the other side, 2, 3, 4, keep your head up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of triceps. So palms together, fists together, pull out, contract your tricep, and bend back a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's take a quick water break. I'll check in later. So we have one more set of our side lunges. My mind just went. So I'm going to hinge to the side, keeping my torso up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look where your knees are. It shouldn't be over your toes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are going to do clamshells, standing clamshells, and side leg lifts. So the standing clamshell, I'm holding on lightly, my knee's up, and I'm bringing my knee out. If you notice, this is not a wide movement. I'm not moving my leg all the way out. That transfers the work from my medial glute and my glutes in general to my hip flexors, which I don't want. I'm working on my glute. If you feel anything in the front, or if your hips turn all the way over, you're not working the muscle groups that I want to work. Those glute muscles are really important for balance and stability. It helps with all kinds of things that are happening with our body, our lower back, our hips, our knees even. So standing up tall, try to think of keeping your hips straight to the front. You're not twisting your hip in any direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other side. Knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to go right back into our side leg lift on the other side. This is also not a kick. It's not very high. The higher you go, you're losing the muscle group we're working on. Holding on lightly. Try to think of leading with your heel so you don't turn your foot out. We're going to do 10 per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the last set. Standing up tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are going to do our core exercise now. We're going to do 10 wood choppers on each side. So your feet are staggered. I'm going to start on the side with the front leg. My core is engaged, belly button pulled towards my spine. We're doing a little rotation, starting over your right ear down to my left hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's sit towards the end of the chair. The ball's between my knees. I'm sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed, belly button pulled in. Belly button. Each time you push in, you're going to bring your belly button in. This is sort of simulated if you're laying on the ground doing a hip flexor. We're going to do 10 of these today. So make sure you're breathing. Start with an inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the others I'm going to do sideways. Putting the ball behind me. I'm sliding all the way back. This time I'm going to keep my belly button pulled in. My head is going to stay right on top of my shoulder. I'm not going to move my head independently of moving my shoulders. And I'm just going to roll back. 1, 2, it's not a big move. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to roll forward from our shoulder blades, not our waist. Keeping your belly button pulled in. We're just going to roll forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to combine both of them. So we're going to roll back and roll forward. Nice and slow, keeping your core engaged. Try to keep your head moving with your shoulders, that you're not moving your head independently. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to turn around, and we have one more. I'm going to keep the ball there, arms hanging at the side, sitting up nice and tall. This is not a shoulder movement. We're just going to do side bends today. This time you're actually bending from your waist, keeping your belly button pulled towards your spine. We're going to stay on the same side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the other side. 10, come all the way up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's stand up. We're going to do tandem stance and turning our heads side to side, finding a focal point on either side. We're going to do it twice. We're going to do 5 with my right foot in front, and then switch feet and do another 5. This is hard. So standing tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I find these harder than single leg stands. So let's do our last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's a little bit easier for me with my left foot in front. Who knows? So leg up. We're going to do a 10 count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's do a cat-cow stretch today. We haven't done one in a while. So I'm going to do a stand-in cat-cow. You start off with a neutral spine, and you're going to round, and then lower, bringing your head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's sit. So I'm sitting towards the end of the chair, still paying attention to my posture. I'm not letting all that work go away. My one leg out straight, my foot is flexed. I can reach my toes, so I'm going to pull her towards my face. We're going to do a few deep breaths here. And switch to the other leg. And sit up, cross your leg over. We're stretching our hip, pull gently on the outside. A little twist. Not too much. And then we're going to switch to figure 4. And switch to the other side. Pull gently on the outside of your knee. Switch to figure 4. And let's stretch our lower back. So I'm going to do this sideways so you can see that I'm not rounding my back. Nice, wide, leaning forward, still neutral spine. I'm not bending my head or just keeping it nice and neutral. You can walk your hands out if you can reach the floor. And you should feel a gentle stretch in your lower back. Take some deep breaths, then move over to one foot, moving your torso to that side a little bit. You should feel a stretch in the side, stretching your QL muscles on the either side of your spine and your lower back. If those are tight, they act up. And sit up. Let's do a stand-in hip flexor stretch. So nice long stride, standing up tall. What you're going to do is tilt your hip up so you get a stretch in the front of your hip down into your quads. And switch over to the other side. Tilt your hip up. And let's do my favorite stretch. Hand on the seat of the chair, feet under your hip. Just push your hip away for a posterior stretch. And gently roll up, arms out to the side. Bring it behind you so you get a nice chest stretch and a shoulder stretch. Head up, looking gently left to right. Arm circles. And switch direction. And thank you guys so much. Remember, I am not, just did that. I'm not here next week, but I will be here in 2 weeks. So I think you could check in. They may put a taped class of mine online that you could revisit, something I've done before. Check in. I can't promise that's the case, but I'll see you in 2 weeks live and in person. Take care. Thank you guys.